1.
Welcome to Rediscover the Verde Valley. I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio, CEO with the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And with me today is the lovely, friendly, community person, Coleen Gilboy. She's with the Verde Valley Fairgrounds and the Fair Association.
Correct.
Correct. And welcome. Thank you for being with me.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Good. Well, you know, we were kind of just discussing about what we're going to talk about here today. And anybody that knows you knows that you're committed to our community. And from me to you, and I'm hoping I speak on behalf of the community, thank you for everything that you do in our community. You're very involved, and we love you, Coleen. Everybody that knows you loves you. So I'm not going to make you tell me a little bit about yourself. But tell us a little bit more about, you know, how long you've been in the Verde Valley, what brought you here.
Well, I was raised here in the Verde Valley, and like every other teenager, there was nothing to do, and I swore I'd never come back. And you know, God has a different plan for me, and so I'm back.
Right.
I've been back 22 years, involved pretty much all 22 years, and I love it.
Yeah.
Family brought me back, and family keeps me here, and
we're very thankful for that.
Thank you.
So you have 2 wonderful children.
I do. Our daughter is 24 and going to get her doctorate in December.
That's
from
awesome. Incredible.
NAU for physical therapy, and we're just so proud of her. And then our son is 21 and down at the U of A, a senior this year,
and he
doing animals
Right.
and conservation, and we're just real proud of both kids.
Yeah, they're awesome. Very community oriented as well. I guess I get that from their parents, right?
Yeah, our son was like, I can't believe it. I'm the one trying to organize stuff at the university. Like, welcome to the family.
But he's got good experience in it, and he's got good resources. That's awesome. So
all the years of coordinating the parade, and they're used to doing that. So
I miss them. You know, they volunteered a couple summers for us at the chamber, and boy, they got so much done. Wish I could bring them back and hire them, but
okay.
I would love it too. And so Mr. Gilboy, he's now at the high school too, right?
Correct.
So,
he moved to the high school this year. He's teaching earth science, totally outside of his realm, but he's loving it. He said it's exciting because there's nothing to build on. It's just working with the kids and teaching them new things. So we're finishing up the astronomy, and that they're going to have the astronomy club in to do a demonstration to the kids, and he's so excited about that. The astronomy club here in the Verde Valley is wonderful. And
that's excellent. So I'm going to have to get him involved because I actually am sitting on the Dark Skies Committee with the City of Cottonwood, and we're working towards getting that designation. And so we need to do some events and things. So I'm going to hit up Mr. Gilboy and see if we can't get him involved in that too.
That's great, you know, and then you're working with the youth of our community. That's right. Again, we're always working with youth of our community, so that's a great thing.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. Yep, you guys are good people. I'm glad we're neighbors.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit more about some of the clubs and organizations that you're involved in. I know I've been trying to get you back on the chamber board, but you're a pretty committed and busy person. I
am. I try and stay very involved. I had worked with the Girl Scouts for about 15 years, neighborhood manager while our daughter went through Girl Scouts. I think it's an amazing program, and then when she graduated from college, she's like, okay, Mom, you have to be done with Girl Scouts. I keep going back because I love it. I do the Christmas parade. This year I'm running for the Verde Valley Fire District Board. Right. And then we do a lot of volunteering at the high school with announcing soccer games, volleyball games, that sort of thing. So we really enjoy the youth in our community. Yeah, that's excellent. Love it. So, are there any other boards that you're involved in right now? No? I think I've kind of wiped my slate a little cleaner just because of all that we're doing at the fairgrounds. It's really hard to kind of commit because of all the activities we have going on there. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the fairgrounds, right? Hang on, here we go. So much happening out there, and I think it's directly related to your leadership. Oh, I appreciate that. It's our board. Our board is very involved in the community, and that really makes it great. So is our members. Our fair is very different from the rest in the state. It is a nonprofit 501c3, and so we don't have that state county, city level funding. We do it all ourselves. So that means everybody's all hands on deck, whether they're digging the footings, pouring. We're putting in new bathrooms, which I'm so excited about. We put in a new barn. They were the ones laying the block, digging the holes. I mean, it's really exciting that our board's involved. So we do a lot of activities that are for the community, a lot of kid activities. We just had the statewide Green Hand, which is through the FFA program, and they were here from 5 different school districts, and it was like 420 kids from all over just learning about FFA and the programs available to them.
It's amazing. I'm glad you touched a little bit on, because I was not really aware of how the whole board and everything worked. So your board members, they're from what backgrounds? How do you get your board members? How do people get involved with that?
So we have a membership. It's October 1st is our starting of our year, and so people, it's $25 a year to be a member of the Fair Association, and that's saying I support you and what you do. And so then from those members is how we elect our board of directors, and that's done by the members, and the members are the ones that own the fair. It's not owned by anybody else. It's owned by the members of the Fair Association, and so those members are from Camp Verde, Cottonwood, Cornville.
So it's a great variety of mix of all the communities being involved.
It's small business.
It's everybody's fair association.
It is. It's our community's fair. And so it's really exciting because they step up and they put their foot forward. You know, S. Taylor and Sons Hauling, you name it, they're all involved in our fair. Arizona Fire Sprinklers out of Camp Verde. They're
and
here.
In our community, they're business people.
Yes, they're business people.
Right. That's great.
And this is their community. A lot of them have kids involved, but some of them don't. You know, we have Claudia Suizo. Her son graduated. He had been in the program. He raised steers. He raised hogs. She stayed. He's gone to college. But we're so proud of what our kids do, and we want to keep it here. So,
so then a large portion of the kids in the events are coming through the FFA program. Is that?
Well, we actually have multiple different clubs. We have like Cornville Organized Youth. It's the Cornville group. Camp Verde FFA, Camp Verde 4-H, Mingus FFA, Mingus Pals, which is your younger group, not in high school. And then we have a new one, which is the Verde Valley 4-H that joined us this year. And so it's really exciting. These kids can start as young as 3 years old in our booster program, which is basically come here, bring your animal, have it in the fair, learn to show it, learn to be in front of people. These kids show animals in front of hundreds of people.
It's amazing. That's great skills to be learning at such a young age, to be able to present in front of the community and be able to exhibit and show and be in front of people. That's not always easy to do.
Toastmasters helps us on Wednesday of fair to put on speech programs. You know, so it's teaching kids demonstrative, illustrated, just public speaking, and so it's really a neat thing that they're used to it from the age of 7 on. Getting in front of a crowd does not faze them with a microphone, and that's unheard of.
That's great. So you have the grounds themselves it's pretty large property, right? And so what are some of the amenities that you have there that?
So we have 67 acres. We have 3 animal barns, the hog barn, steer barn, and the sheep and goat barn, which we actually use them for multi-functions. We have national goat shows coming through. We've had an alpaca show, which was the whole Southwest. That was an interesting one. We do all different kind of animal shows, and then we have our show barn, our commercial, 7,200 square foot commercial building that class reunions, weddings, receptions, birthday parties. We have a 50th anniversary coming up. And so it's really exciting, all the things that we can do in our buildings.
That's great. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk a whole lot more about all the great things happening at the fair.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in just a minute.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. Again, with me is Coleen Gilboy with the Verde Valley Fair Association. And right before the break, we were talking a little bit about the property itself and some of the amenities there. So 67 acres?
67 acres.
That's a huge property. And
it's a weed pit sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
When the rains come in, but we try really hard to make it acceptable to the community. We don't want to be a bad neighbor, so we try very hard to keep our weeds under control.
Well, I know when I come to visit you, you guys are always out there working, and you've got a great crew.
We have a great crew.
Taking care of the property and doing a lot of things. So you were talking a little bit about like the commercial building, the big building, but you have some other buildings on the property as well, and you can host different types of events there. Tell us a little bit about.
So we have 5 buildings that we use, anything from a small boardroom that we can host private meetings. We've had some private meetings for some businesses that needed a space that was away from their business, and we have caterers come in and that. Then we have medium-sized buildings, and then the large 7,200 square foot. We have 2 of those that we use pretty regularly. Almost every weekend there's an event at the fairgrounds, whether it's the Manzanita Outreach Program, it's high school reunions, Quinceañeras, one of my favorite events. We've even had, the class reunions are so much fun for the multi-year class reunions. And then we have coming up a gem show in March. We haven't had one in quite a few years, and so they're bringing it back to the fairgrounds. Next year we're having a dinosaur exhibit, the home show. So there's a lot of activity.
Chamber does their job fair there every April too, and so it's a great building for us to host that many people coming in from all over the Verde Valley. We've done our annual dinner there and had a fair-themed event. That was awesome. We've done the primetime fair there as well, and it's
a community facility.
A community facility, exactly. And a lot of people, I don't think, realize everything that you've got out there.
People are always surprised at what we do there and what we have there. They're like, oh, it's just for the fair, and we've really tried to change that thinking. It's a facility,
it's a great resource
for everybody to use. It's a community facility. And yes, we're owned and ran by the Fair Association, but we're for the community to use. And so when people come and see the size of our buildings, when the carnival rides aren't there and the animals aren't there, they're like,
it's a different perspective.
Wow, it's so big, or I had no idea.
Geez, you had the Jordan Family Circus out there, about a month or so ago. So
in our arena, we have a full arena with chutes and bucking chutes and that. We actually have 2 arenas down there, and so it's just a great facility, multi-use facility.
So how many rodeos? We got some rodeos that come out there?
We do have at fair time we have a rough stock event, and then sometimes we have some other rodeos that come in that rent our facility. A lot of activities are not put on by the fair. We do the fair the first weekend in May, and then we do our fall festival the last Saturday in October, which is a great community event that we put together 6 years ago, and it's free. But the rest of the events are usually renting our facility to do their events.
Well, since you brought it up, let's talk a little bit about this fall festival, because I know you're real excited about that. And it's a great event, and the community should come out and enjoy this, right?
It is. It is 100% a community event. We start at 9 in the morning. We have like 50 arts and crafts booths of all homemade items. We have pumpkin chunking at high noon, where you can build a pumpkin chunker, and you don't have to tell us ahead of time. We like to know, so we're ready. But you can build a pumpkin chunker and bring it out, and then shoot vegetables across the area. And I'll tell you, they brought one in last year that was amazing. And then little kids build them. And that's, you know, what a great opportunity to learn physics
Right.
and all that. It's just
There's
so
so many
cool.
different aspects that go into it that you wouldn't
Right.
even think about, and it's a great opportunity to teach our kids these things. So,
Yeah, and to be involved.
So are these some of the items that you have on display here that...
So this is a new program we started in 2017, and it went off like hotcakes. We call it 12 squared. It's 144 square. It's
Right.
12 square inches, 3 by 4, and you have to do a piece in 3 by 4
And
inches.
some of these, the detail in these are incredible.
So these
yeah.
two are for 2018 show. The other
Yeah.
two are from 2017 show. But we have quilts, we have leather working.
Wow.
People turn in, as long as you have this frame and this frame,
Yeah.
you can do anything.
Wow.
And black and white, the kids,
A little challenging.
it is challenging. I made 2 quilts last year, and let me tell you,
Yeah.
to make a quilt this small is rough.
Right.
But it was a great time. Another part of this is getting art into the students.
Yes.
And so it is sponsored by S. Taylor & Sons Hauling and Taylor Waste. They sponsor 500 kits to go into the schools. And last year we did 2 schools, and this year we did 4 schools. And it's to make sure that there's art in the public schools,
Right.
because it's something they can't afford to do. Well, these businesses, again, local community businesses, stepped up and said, we support that idea. And so these go in, we sell these, this is a fundraiser, at Fall Festival on the 27th.
Right.
The minimum price is $5. Obviously, some pieces are worth a lot more.
Yeah, I'm looking
And
at a couple of these, and they're very detailed. Very,
Right, and so the deal is with the kids, they do not have to pay for it because these
Sure.
2 businesses paid for it.
Right.
If it sells, the first $5 stays with the fair, but everything after that is split with the student.
That's awesome.
And everybody can participate in this. They're $5 for a kit. You get an easel and a canvas,
Yeah.
and you can do anything on it. And with that, and some people do the backside. I'm not going to turn these around because these weren't done. But you can do anything on these pieces.
Right.
And when you buy a kit for $5, another kit goes to the school.
Right.
So we're continuing
Yeah,
perpetually
that's
to do
nice.
this
Yeah.
to expose kids to art.
Yeah, thinking I might do this for my grandkids. I've got
Oh, it's
3 that-
awesome.
yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
It
so.
is such a great time. And to see them then, let me tell you, when they are displayed in the
Yeah.
cases, you're like, wow,
Right.
this is amazing.
I'm telling you, I'm just looking at these, especially, I like the saguaro cactus here a
know.
lot, but I wish we could zoom in a little bit better on these, but these are pretty amazing pictures, so paintings. So tell us a little bit more about the Fall Festival. So it's Saturday, October 27th, from 9 to 4 at the fairgrounds, right?
Correct. And so again, it's a free event. And so one of the big things is clubs and organizations get to have a booth at our event for free to say, hey, we're part of this community. We want you to be involved in our club, in our organization. Did you know we're here? We have the cloggers or the square dancers, and all them come in. And we just ask that they have a free activity for kids to do.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of activities where it's free. It's free parking, it's free entrance, and there's
Right.
free games for kids. There is things you can purchase, there is things that you can do that do cost money, but we try very hard to have it so if you can't afford to do stuff, this is an activity your kids want to come
Right,
to.
and it's a lot of fun for the whole
It's a
family.
lot of
right.
fun.
Includes the entire community. That's great.
And we have
So-
stuff in the arena.
Yeah.
It's their annual fundraiser, and they have arena fun games. Sometimes they get a little out of control down in the arena, but it's really a good time. You know, the boot scramble and you lose your shoes?
Right, yeah.
That's one of them. We have blow-up horses that you bounce around, bounce horses.
Right.
Want to talk about entertainment? It's very fun. You and I, Christian, we should have a
Well,
competition.
let's do it.
All right.
I'm game. Yeah.
We can't do it at high noon because that's pumpkin chunking, but you
Okay.
and I can have a race.
So tell us a little bit more about Pumpkin Chunkin'. So at high noon we do that. And so how does somebody get involved with building one and
So we
the whole
have the
thing?
rules on our website at vbfair.com, but pretty much you can make them any size, and we calibrate how far you throw your tomato versus how far I throw my pumpkin
Right.
to have a winner.
Right.
And we have different weight classes
Oh, wow.
according to what your trebuchet weighs.
Right.
And so it's very, very, it's an awesome event.
It's a trebe what?
Trebuchet. How about a catapult? Let's say a catapult.
So what if nobody knows what a trebuchet is or how to even start building one? Do you got people that could help?
Yeah, we do. And also we have some guidelines on how to build them. We Googled
Right.
it and we found some simple
awesome.
guidelines and some real complex ones.
Right. So high noon out at, and where do you guys actually launch them?
We launch them behind our commercial building at the slag pile so that we have that large target to hit.
Yeah, nice. That sounds great.
And last year we had one almost hit the slag pile. You should have heard the crowd. It was so much fun.
So there is actually a $5 fee, get you registered and put you in, right, for the team competition.
For the prize.
And for the big prize. And so what's the prize?
Cash.
Do we know? Oh, nice.
We like to give away cash.
Right. Money's always good.
I know, right?
So, and then we also, so we have the art and craft sale, right? Tractor pull, scarecrow. Tell us a little bit more.
So scarecrow contest, we don't allow commercial businesses to have booths and sell their items.
Yeah.
But they can have a booth and display what they have and encourage people. They can have coupons to come back to their store. But the scarecrow contest is something that we have going on at the same time. People can get our frames, put them up at their business and say, hey, we'll be at the Fall Festival on the 27th.
Right.
Come on over. But then there's a contest of the public gets to vote on which is the best scarecrow.
Nice.
And we have the Golden Bale Award.
Oh.
It's a straw bale that's gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. That sounds wonderful.
It's fun. And it's a fun way to, have your scarecrow at your business, promote us, but then say, hey, come on over. This is an event we're doing, and this is what I sell at my business. Come to my business. Great.
So we're going to take another quick break here, and we'll come back and talk some more. And all you businesses, get signed up for your scarecrows and consider sponsoring or helping out with this fall festival. Come on back.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio with your Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And again with me is Coleen Gilboy with the Verde Valley Fair Association. And we've been talking about a lot of the wonderful things that are going on out there, and especially this fall festival coming up Saturday, October 27th. And it's going to be a great event. And we want businesses to get involved, and nonprofit organizations as well, to show some of the resources they have out there.
Yeah, we want people to say, this is my community and I live here and I want you to be involved. I hear a lot of times there's nothing to do in the Verde Valley, and I'm like, I'm exhausted. I am so tired. Let me come along for a day.
Right.
And so this is a way for people to say, oh, look, here's the Lions Club, or here's the Kiwanis, or stitching club, gardening clubs, anything like that. We want to promote you. We want people to say, I didn't know other people like to plant gardens. Right. Here's the deal. There's master gardeners.
Yeah.
All that.
So you guys have a great website. It's vvfair.com.
Correct.
Right. And Facebook
is Verde Valley Fairgrounds.
Right. And so they can find out a lot of great information about what you have going on. And I'm sure you have an events calendar that's out there.
We do. And then another thing we've got going on, which I didn't get to touch on, is we have art classes.
Yeah.
And so, people are always like, I want to do an art thing, or I want to do this. Well, you don't know if you like it. And nothing is worse than spending a lot of money getting all the oils to paint, and then you don't like it. So we have some classes, and you can find them on our website at vvfair.com on the Art Is tab. But we have collage classes, and we have those pours. I don't know if you've seen the pours that people are doing right now, and
Yeah.
it's really hot. It is so much fun. And so our classes are very, very reasonable.
Right.
$10, $15, $20.
Right, and you get exposed.
You get
to it.
exposed and you say,
Just
I
like-
love it, I want to buy this
Sure.
stuff, or I don't want to ever do that again.
Right.
And so we have amazing artists that teach them.
Mm-hmm.
They're a one-day class, there's jewelry classes, there's kiln classes,
Wow.
all this kind of stuff. Another way that people can get involved is for our fair.
Yeah.
We have awards that are sponsored for the kids, and I don't know where you want this.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So businesses can sponsor awards, and then these are the kids that won. So this actually was a buyer in the auction. This business bought the lamb, and so then they received that. This one here was for a junior showmanship, and so businesses can sponsor this. This goes
Yeah.
home, and then on the back is the business name, so
Right.
kids know, hey,
Yeah.
this business sponsored
Right.
it. And so it's real exciting.
And look at this,
And this
adorable.
I just had to bring. This is one of our local kids that in
Yeah.
a couple years will be showing an animal, probably
Right.
faster than I can realize. But it really is a great family event. The fair is always
Sure.
the first weekend in May.
Right.
At the fairgrounds.
It's amazing. So, you know, something I don't think anybody else knows too. So not only do you have the arena, which is available for other big events, but you have these rooms that you can rent as well for
Correct.
meetings or events that you're hosting. But camping.
Yeah, so
You guys?
we have camping. We have a lot of power, and so people don't realize, you know, putting on a fair is a lot of power. And so we have a lot of 50 amp service, so we're able to have camping during our events.
Right.
And people love it.
Yeah.
And it's just a great thing to add into the community. And so with having the arena, if you have horses, you can come, camp, have your horse right there.
Sure.
Our
That's excellent.
camping
Yeah.
fees are very, very reasonable.
Right, nice. So another big event that you guys do, primarily for the chamber, but it's so wonderful that we're able to start there at the fairgrounds, is the Christmas parade. And this year we are in our 64th, right?
Oh my goodness.
64th annual Christmas parade. It's amazing.
So the first
So-
Saturday of December
Yeah.
is the annual Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade.
Right.
And we start at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it is
Comes
just
down Cherry Street and then hits Main.
hits Main, and we
and
go
goes
all the way
down
through.
to Cactus, right through Old Town and
Yeah.
everything. So,
and
yeah.
it's a great way to just be involved. We have over 1,000 participants in the parade. People don't realize how much.
It's amazing, yeah.
We have about 90 to 100
Right,
floats,
floats.
walkers,
Right.
bands, or whatever. And it is, again, a community event.
Yeah.
Everybody can register at the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce, and we already have our applications out.
Right.
And so our theme is lights, presents, bows. Oh my.
Yeah.
So it's really fun, different themes, and
Right.
it really is, how best can you promote this theme?
Right, and so we have Randall Hulk with Randall's Restaurant is going to be our
Grand Marshal.
It's amazing. Love Randall does so much in our community, and that's something we kind of touched on a little bit, is that, you know, we want that Grand Marshal to be somebody that's a community member and out there and involved in things, right? So
That's right. And so every year people nominate different people, and this year Mr. Hauk did accept the nomination to be
Right.
our Grand Marshal.
Yeah.
But he likes to be in the background, and so it was
Yeah.
took a little convincing.
yeah, some poking and prodding.
A lot, and so
Right.
we're real excited. And if you
Right.
have a business and
Yeah.
want to be in the parade,
Right.
it's a great way to advertise your business.
Absolutely.
And it's your Chamber of Commerce putting on the Christmas parade. The
Right.
City of Cottonwood is a massive help, and so we're just thankful to have the
that's
64th
great.
annual parade.
So more information on the parade can be found at the cottonwoodchamberaz.org. And you can get applications there and drop them off at the chamber office. And then once again, your fall festival, Saturday, October 27th. It's a free event. Come on out and have some fun with the family. Learn more about the fairgrounds. Get to know Coleen like we all do. We love you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you being here, and
was an honor.
we could talk for hours, I know. So, but we've got to wrap it up right now. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you.